Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and what differentiates your Dungeons and Dragons game, and how the players at your table are the real differentiator. I think. Okay, so why are we talking about this today? Well, Amazon Prime now has Cross. Do you know what this is? Cross is the third show that is exactly the same that is on television right now. So there are three dudes on TV. The story is exactly the same on every single one of them. Alex Cross. His show is called Cross. Jack Reacher. Is it Jack Reacher? Reacher. Let's just call them by their last name. Cross. Yeah, I think it's literally Jack Reacher, right? Right? Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Jack Reacher, and then Jack Ryan, right? So these are the same dudes, right? Now, a gruff ex-American military, and you know what's going to happen on this show. Somebody's going to get shot. Somebody going to get punched. A car is going to be driven real fast, right? And a woman who helps the guy is going to get in a relationship with him. Like, you know all the beats, right? Like, now, the thing is, I'm a fan of all of these, right? I'm a fan of Reacher, I'm a fan of Ryan, and and I was very excited when Cross dropped. Now, first of all, let's go through. Jack Ryan is Tom Clancy, okay? Reacher is Lee Child. And then finally, it is, and then Cross is James Patterson, okay? Now, all these dudes are the same, right? Like, all these, again, just gruff ex-military, right? So what is the differentiator? Now, this is really cool. So first of all, in the books, Jack Reacher and Jack Ryan are the same dude, right? And they're both white, right? Now, with Cross, here's where it gets interesting. So Amazon Prime brought in Aldous Hodge. Now, actually, right here on this channel, I have multiple videos about Aldous Hodge. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's really talented. I think he's an excellent talent, right? And I'm really fantastically excited. So I'm on the first episode of Cross, right? And I'm digging into it, and I'm enjoying it, right? But all these are the same, right? So if you're running Eberron, and Eberron is getting run 2 blocks away from you, and Eberron is getting run 4 blocks away from you, what is really differentiating your Dungeons and Dragons table from the rest? What is keeping your players there, right? And frankly, so the reason why I'm excited about Cross and why I think it's really distinct from Reacher or from Ryan is because Aldous Hodge is coming in, and I will say right now, I think it's Alan Ritchson who plays Reacher, and then it's John Krasinski who plays Jack Ryan, and then Aldous Hodge is playing Cross, right? Cross is by far, so Aldous Hodge is a much more talented actor than Alan Ritchson, and definitely more talented than John Krasinski, right? So this is a major differentiator on our D&D table, right? Is the people who are populating each of those seats. That is extremely important to think about, right? Is who is actually at the table, right? And how that really changes the experience, right? Now, and honestly, it's really wild how much of the experience is changed by Aldous Hodge. So one thing I'm noticing is it is very, it's African-American. It's African-American centric, right? Whereas it's not just another story told from the perspective of gruff ex-military guy, right? Like, the music is different. The food they show and talk about is different, right? The relationships are fundamentally different, right? It's just got a completely different feel. Where Reacher is not that very different from Ryan, right? These two characters are extremely similar, and the cultural cues are extremely similar. So this is the real key, is and we need to think about this, right? So first of all, we as the dungeon master, we need to bring the thunder, right? We need to be well read on the material. Actually, Ben from Questing Beast said that the expectations on a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master are that they know the rules backwards and forwards, that they can tell an incredibly good narrative, and that they serve as a life coach. That's astounding. That they can serve as a life coach. Those are the expectations on a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master. That's incredible, right? So we bring that to the table. The other thing is our rules selection is better than ever. We literally have a rule set that no one else in the world has, right? We have a 5-decade tabletop role-playing game system that has just been perfectly polished from a 2-year effort that literally no one else in the industry could have possibly even paid for. It's just so, like, it's really spot on. It's absolutely incredible. It's just spot on. So all that is happening, and so we have the rules, we have us, but we have to really remember when we're thinking about why people are going to sit at the table, why they're going to come back week after week, why they're going to give us 2 weeks, 2 hours a week, and keep, and drive half an hour over and leave, for their home a half an hour. Why are they going to do this? A big part of it is the people who are at the table, and one player at your table could be the entire draw, right? And you might not even be that good of a dungeon master, right? And one player could be enough of a draw to witness the narrative that's coming out and just bask in the glow of that one person, right? And Aldous Hodge is definitely this. He's an extremely talented Hollywood actor, like a full-on professional, a rock star, like a literal Hollywood star, right? And that's the point. There aren't that many of them. There aren't that many of them left anymore. But Aldous Hodge is the real deal. His cross is excellent, and cross is quite unique from Reacher or Orion. So when you're thinking about what makes your table great, do not forget you are not the only draw. The rules are not the only draw. Every single player actually not every single player at your table. The rock star, the Hollywood star at your table could be the entire draw. Do not forget that. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.